Hello there, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing time on this hackathon so far. I hope everything's going swimmingly. I hope you're having fun, and I hope your solutions are coming along great. My name is Christian. I am your Master of Ceremonies, and right now I am going to take a moment to explain to you guys how to pitch like a pro, so that when it's your moment to come up here onto this virtual stage and present your ideas, that you will do absolutely everything to do an amazing pitch and show the jury that you deserve to take away first place and the winning prize. Do not worry, this whole webinar will be recorded, so you will be able to watch a replay of it. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to throw them into the chat and we will get back to you ASAP. Let me jump right in. I will start by sharing my screen. Okay, here we have it. How to pitch like a pro. First things first, I will give you guys an idea of the time format. So you have 4 minutes to pitch and 4 minutes of questions and answers with the jury. So it's not a lot of time, it's 8 minutes, but if you prepare correctly, it should be more than enough time. You will be able to really give the jury, with the help of this webinar, you'll be able to give the jury a full global aspect of your solution and why it's the winner. This will take place, this final pitch will take place on October the 16th at 10:30 a.m. Dallas, US time, at 5:15 p.m. in Paris, Central European time, and at 8:45 p.m. in Bangalore, India time. These pitches will take place on Microsoft Teams. Do not worry, we will send you a link at the right time, and all you will have to do is click on that link and join, and then you'll be ready to go. But no worries, we will send that at the right moment. So you have 4 minutes to do your pitch. How are you going to explain all of your solutions, such complex, amazing ideas? Well, what we recommend is to tell a story. And this story, we recommend should take the shape, it should be a continuum. This should take the shape of a W, so we're going up and down into the emotional and the analytical side of the brain and of the participants' interaction with your idea. Starting off with the issue, so you're really getting them to empathize, getting them on board. You're explaining what the problem is that you are trying to solve with your solution is, getting people on board so that they recognize the overall issue. Then you jump into a more technical, analytical, logical, rational side of things, which is your solution and your demo. Here is our problem, and here is the solution for this problem. Everyone thinks, okay, I'm on board so far, easy. I've got these two, I'm on these first 2 steps of this journey. I'm fully on board with what's going on. But why? What is it? How does it work? And this is where you come in back with the emotional and why it's the best. Here, all you need to do is give some overall selling points to really kind of sell your solution and your demo and really break it down quite simply as to why it's the best idea for this issue. Then we go back into a more technical side and we give a business plan and a roadmap. So we're not talking about a 70-page long business plan with everything, all the financial issues. No, we just want a very simple roadmap. It can be a 5 to, it could be 10 steps, just kind of explaining where this needs to go for it to be implemented. If you have some kind of idea of numbers, that's great to add. It's not essential, but always good if you have it. This may cost us 10 grand within the next 5 years to implement, but it will save us hundreds of millions over the next 20 years. That's also really good things to add if you have it, but again, not essential. And then to finish up, we go back up to the emotional and we close with a catchy, upbeat closing, which can either be an overall recap of what the solution is, or maybe a nice little catchy, hey, why haven't we implemented this yet? Kind of just a little selling note to finish up the pitch, really to kind of get your jury on board and to kind of show you are very confident that your solution is the winner. Okay. Remember, while you're pitching, you will want to address the judging criteria. So if you think that you are trying to tell a story, use your judging criteria as the plot. How green is it? How sustainable is it? How efficient is the code? All of these things are aspects that can give your pitch momentum. They can really help you kind of string along the storyline and give your pitch momentum. Go straight to the point. Don't hang around with long anecdotes. We'd say tell a story. I'm not saying you need to get up there and start with a once upon a time, etc., get into a whole backstory. It all started 20 years ago. No, get straight to the point. Simple sentences. If you can sum it up in one sentence, it's perfect. That's exactly what you need. That catches people's attention. You don't want to lose them. You don't want to hang on. Well, where is he going with this? No, keep it very straightforward. This will also help you have the wow effect. If you can sum it up in one sentence, people are more likely to say wow than if you've just told them a 20-minute long story. They may say wow, but they may probably say wow because they're so bored by it that they'll say, wow, this is going on forever. So keep it short, keep it impactful, and keep it wowful. I really don't think that's a word, but anyway, I'm going with it. How to write your pitch, how to write your story. So catch the audience's attention. I'm afraid my little camera's in the way. I'm moving over there. Catch your audience's attention. So again, don't lose them with long, tedious stories or long text. Keep it very straightforward. Keep it something that they can empathize with. If I'm on board with it, I'm interested. If it's something I can relate to, even better. I want to know what the solution is. So keep it catchy, keep it down to earth, keep it upbeat. If you can throw some cool little jokes in there or get your audience engaged, even better. Set the context. Again, empathize. Get them to empathize even. Have them on board with your solution and really give them the kind of the context of the issue. If you start telling them directly, you jump into the solution, I'm lost. What is the context of this? I don't know, why am I using this? What is this for? So if you really set the story very straightforwardly, this is something that Jimmy needs on a day-to-day basis because, like all of us at home, it's something we struggle with. For example, obviously, even though a great example because I didn't really say anything, but my point is you put people in the shoes of the issue so that they're really on board with what's going on and they are really familiar with the overall, the context of the issue. Give some figures, statistics, any kind of numbers that you can. These are great ways to catch people's attention. Numbers are very catchy. Any kind of diagram or anything of the sort, this is a great way to get people on board because it's very visual and it's very relatable. Formulate your problem with one simple sentence. I've said this before and I will be saying this probably again. Keep it straightforward. Don't have the whole slide full of text and don't read out that long text and don't yourself have long text to say. If you can, narrow it down. Cut out as many words as you can to keep it simple. That's the biggest tip that I will give you throughout this webinar is to keep it straightforward, down to earth. Not only will it save you time, but it's also easier to understand. And all of this will help you engage your audience, as I said before, to really get them on the same page as you and get them loving the story and wanting to know what happens next. So that is the problem. Now we've answered the why. Now let's have a look at the what. So what is your solution? What are you suggesting? I'm holding onto the edge of my seat now because I'm so fully aware of this issue that I'm like almost breaking out into tears because I'm so empathetic with it. I relate to it so much. What have we got for me? What is the solution for this this terrible issue? Again, describe it in one simple sentence. We solve problems, whatever it is. Just keep it minimal. You've got people on board. What they want to know is what is the solution. They don't need this whole, just keep it down to earth. Boom, we've got it. One simple solution. Explain your thoughts journey. So you've explained what your solution is. Give it a little backstory. Give it a little bit of backstory. I know I'm somewhat contradicting what I've just been saying, but you do want to give it a little bit of, we came to this solution because we realized that to do that, we would need this, this, and this. Okay, all right, that's not too long. I'm on board with it. I get where you're going with this. I understand. And that's, again, I'm keeping you empathizing. I'm sure you've all thought that to solve this solution, it would be great to, no, no, no. You've got people on board. And then we go into describing the main features. So again, some of the key selling points of your solution. Again, without going into too much detail, this is all something that bear in mind. If you keep it minimal, if you keep it somewhat mysterious, not mysterious, but you keep it light, I'm just going to give you some of the main selling features of my solution. This is something that the jury may very likely ask you about later on. So it's quite good to keep it light, because then the jury later on will go, well, hang on, you said earlier that one of the main features of your solution was, no, no, no. Tell me a little bit more about that. And you go, oh, brilliant. That's great, because that's something I was going to explain in the pitch, but I decided not to because I anticipated that they were going to ask that later on. So all you're saying here is you're giving them a little bit of the juice. You're giving them a little bit of the interesting part without giving too much away. So our solution is great because it does this, it does that, and it saves this. Simple. And then they're going, okay, well, that all sounds amazing. Next, we look at how does it work. So again, this is relevant to your main features, but an overall aspect of that. So we're looking at, basically, we're looking at your demo right now. So here we'd like a short video or quick presentation of the overall experience that people will have when they're using it to go from the issue to actually solving it. So here we're again showcasing the main features. So we said before that it does this, it does that, and it saves that. Give me a little bit of an explanation as to how it does this. Very overall aspect, very overall global view at how it solves each one of these problems. Again, this is the user experience. So again, it's me as an individual or as a society or as a whole, going from having this issue to using this solution to gaining the solved issue at the end of it. So it's how am I or whoever it is that's interacting with this solution going from the issue to the solved problem. And that's what you want to show. The easier and the more simple it is, the better and the more convincing it will be, obviously. Some of the tech and business aspects. So bear in mind, what we're doing now is we're following this W. We've gone from the issue, we've gone to the solution, we've gone to how it works best, and now we're going down to the tech and business aspects. It's kind of really, it's almost like the cherry on the cake now of your solution. So people are so on board. They're going, wow, I completely relate with the issue. The solution sounds amazing. You've now explained some of the best features of it. It sounds great. Is it feasible though? And this is where you're going, don't worry, I got you. These are all more than feasible. Here are some of the tech and business aspects to really sum it up and show you how good it is and how, again, feasible, I'm going to keep saying feasible, it is. Present the technology used. So this can be whatever technology applications, platforms that you've used to implement it. Explain how and if your code is green. So again, this is massively essential. This is one of the judging criteria, and this is something that will be a little sneak hint here. This is really relevant to the judging criteria. So this will be really important. So this is something you really want to highlight is, hey, not only is our solution great, it solves this issue and it does that, but it's also green tech. It's also green IT, and it will also help. It's just a very sustainable code and a very sustainable solution for so many different reasons. Again, as I said before, if you have any kind of numbers here that you can throw in, that's great. That's, again, not obligatory, but it can always help to say, like, well, we estimate that this would cost this much over the next however many years, which is why it's relevant to the roadmap. A roadmap can be very broad, very general, but we just want you to kind of say, look, here we are. This took us 2 weeks to develop this first version. We can estimate to have in 3 or 4 weeks the second version of this, And then within 6 or 7 months, we could have a full running final version that could be applied to companies worldwide or whatever the solution is. Kind of give it a general timeline. This will really help show the jury that you kind of you can see a future for it and that there is a vision for the upcoming years for your solution. It's not just something that we've created now and it's not really going to go anywhere. No, it is something, you know, it's got potential and we can really take it to the next level. Okay, and then last but not least, the closing, the final hook. As I was saying before, this is where you really want to bring it up, wrap it all up into one catchy. You're either going to recap your solution or you're going to kind of give it a catchy opening. What's next? Why haven't we implemented it yet? Kind of, I don't want to say you're being cocky, but you're kind of being a little bit confident, you're living a little bit arrogant, but like clearly this solution deserves to win. So jury, it's up to you, you know, this kind of thing. Or if you want to be a little bit humble, you can come back and say, look, yeah, I've got 20 seconds left on my pitch time of my 4 minutes. You can say, it's great, it does this, it does that. Thank you so much. And then you've done it. Job done. So there we have it. There you've had your pitch. You've done the whole W of the storyline. You've taken it from the issue to the solution, to the main selling points, to the tech and business roadmap. And now you've summed it all up in 1 or 2 very short, quick, simple sentences that will absolutely wow the jury. And they'll immediately be going, yeah, this guy or this team's a winner. And there you have it. Here we just want to go on to some fine-tuned, or sorry, just going to have a quick look at some aspects of your pitch that will, this will help you fine-tune it and really kind of spice it up where you need to. So again, as I was saying before, simple sentences, make your slides easy to read. Don't have long, big, chunky text on your slides, because if I'm there listening to you talking and I've got a big text in front of me, it's very probable I will stop listening to what you're saying to sit there and read the slides like this, and then you'll change and I won't even have had time to finish. So what you want to do is have little points, 3, 4 different points on the board with images, whatever it is, numbers, and what you're going to do is start with that sentence, and then you're speaking and adding more information. You're keeping the listener's attention here on you, not on your slides. Only have 1 or 2 speakers. Very confusing if we're going to have loads of different people talking, and mainly you will most probably lose time. You've only got 4 minutes, as I've said many times, so it's probably better just to have 1 or 2 people, because imagine there's a queue issue. Hang on, is it me? You know, that's already 5, 6 seconds gone. That's valuable time where you could be selling your solution, and you don't want to lose that momentum. You want to keep going. You want to keep it juicy. You want to keep it, you know, keep the ball rolling. 1 or 2 speakers can be good. You're flipping over, it keeps people on their toes. But any more, you may start to lose valuable time, and it may not be worthwhile. And think about your body language. Obviously, you're not actually up on stage, but as you can see here, I am gesticulating like crazy to really keep you guys focused, and you go, hey, despite the fact that I'm only up in the corner of the screen. But again, it shows confidence. It shows that you know that what you're talking about. And yeah, it's just a great way to keep the momentum up and to keep people interested and just to stay energetic. And of course, little sub note there, which is a bit ironic because I'm just reading it, but it says, do not read your slides. This sort of is a kind of a guess. I mean, you can read your slides, but don't sit there and just say, make your slides easy to read. Only have 1 or 2 speakers. Thinking, no, these want to be your main points. You want to look at it and see it as a reminder of everything else you have to say about it. So you've got these points and you go, yeah, okay, that's what I want to say. Yeah, all right, boom, boom, boom. Keep momentum going. Keep it flowing. It's easy. You want to practice a few times, you'll see you'll have it up here. Just repeat, 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 repeat. Which brings me to my next point. Preparation is key. So, as I just said, repeat, 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 and by which I mean rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. You will want to be rehearsing non-stop. I can't stress this enough. The more you rehearse, the better it will be. Just go over it and over and over and over and over again, and this will just start to sink in. I can't even tell you how many times I've done this kind of pitch now. So this for me is just like second nature. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll feel doing it, and the easier it will be. It can be a little bit stressful when you get up. I mean, this isn't the same because obviously it's all virtual, so it makes things a lot easier. But it can still be stressful. You think, wow, this is actually crunch time. I know they're there watching. I know there's other people watching. It's a little bit stressful. But you think, okay, it doesn't matter because I know this like the back of my hand. So this is fine. This is just like me having a chat with my mates after work about whatever it is. I've got this. This is simple. Something to bear in mind is to allocate your time wisely. So my biggest tip here is you have 4 minutes, but prepare as if you have 3 minutes and 45 seconds or 3 minutes and 30 seconds, because there will always be that moment where you think, okay, I've got it. And that might happen once and that's fine. You've only lost 5 seconds. But if it happens twice, you've lost 10 seconds. And suddenly your closing may have lost its oomph moment because your 4 minutes will be up. You'll only have gotten to the end of the tech and business aspects of your pitch. And I'll go, oh, sorry, time is up. And you'll, damn. So if you manage to time yourself to do your full pitch with 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes and 45 seconds, then you're on point. Then you know that you still have that extra time at the end, and everyone's going to go, wow, you actually managed to sum it up in less than 4 minutes. That's impressive. And you can sit there for 10 seconds in silence and just smile smugly and wait for the timer to go up. So that's a really good tip. So make sure you try and rehearse with a little bit of extra time in mind, or trying to do it with less time so that you have that extra moment for the ums and ahs that almost probably happen. Prepare your demo and prototype. So this goes without saying. Have everything ready to go. Have a nice video presentation or whatever it is, the slides that you have showing that your demo. This can be videos of the mouse clicking left to right and center, and time it properly so that all you have to do is speak as you see the user journey of your demo going along. And now we see this part of the solution. We've swiped over here and then we have it, boom, the solution is there. And then it gives it a real nice, smooth momentum that everyone can keep on board with and really enjoy. As I said at the beginning, anticipate the questions. So this basically means, as I was saying, throughout your pitch, you've only got so much time to sell your solution and tell them so many different points. So keep it straightforward, keep it simple, and this will also help spark the curiosity of the jury. So if you're saying this is one of the main features of our solution, without giving too much into it, you can maybe anticipate that the jury is going to ask about that later on. So they say, hey, hang on, but you said this. What would you mean about that? And you go, well, I'm glad you asked, because you're thinking, yeah, I prepared that, I got you. And this is actually giving you extra time. So rather than thinking, wow, realistically, I need 6 minutes of pitch, you can think, no, these 2 minutes here are questions that are going to be asked by the jury. I can more or less anticipate that. So I'm going to take that out, keep it brief here, keep it direct, but very brief. And then I'm going to use this as the question time, because I know they're going to ask that. And it could be something, for example, with the tech aspects, where you said that the roadmap, it would take 1 year to do this. And how many employees would this need? How much time do you think it would take to do that? You go, yes, that's great, because I was actually going to add that, but I decided not to because I knew you were going to ask that. So really, if you can, try and use the jury's questions as a way to kind of give yourself more time. So kind of anticipate these questions as much as you can. Obviously, I know it's easier said than done, but if you keep things simple and you keep things direct, you're gonna, again, like I said, spark the curiosity of the jury around these different topics, and they're gonna be more likely to ask. And last but not least, rehearse, 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 rehearse. I can't stress this enough. Like I said a million times already, you've only got 4 minutes, so it's really important that you get your whole pitch throughout, get it done, you get a great summary of your solution, because there's nothing more frustrating than having a 4-minute timer go off and you're mid-sentence and you think, I could have had them, but I didn't. You know, and so really, if you prepare and you prepare and you prepare, this is something you'll be able to do amazingly, and I'm sure your pitches are going to be great. And on that final note, I wish everyone good luck. I'm really excited to see all of your solutions and the final pitches later on. And if you have any questions, like I said, don't hesitate to ask in the chat. And bear in mind, this will also be recorded, so you will be able to watch a replay if you need to re-watch any of the tips or slides that were shown throughout this webinar. I hope this helped you guys, and I really wish you the best of luck, and see you all very soon.